Britain needs more housing, and councils across the country have been considering how best to allow the development of new homes yet preserve the integrity of existing settlements. Endurance Estates are proposing the creation of up to 278 new homes in 2 sustainable schemes at Elmswell.
Elmswell is one of the largest settlements within Mid-Suffolk. It's close to the A14, it's on the rail network and has a very good range of local services.
The 2 proposed schemes comprise 38 homes on the south side of the village, accessed from Warren Lane, and a larger scheme of 240 homes on the east side of Elmswell, sited to the north and south of Wetherden Road.
This master plan comprises 240 dwellings. That includes 35% affordable. The interesting thing about this site is the existing topography. The site falls 10 metres from south to north, and whilst that can be a constraint from a landscape and visual perspective, this also provides the opportunity to locate a community parkland at the high point of the site.
The creation of over 10.5 acres of community land for the enjoyment of all residents of Elmswell is a significant extra benefit.
In terms of open space provision, we are required by Mid-Suffolk District Council to provide circa 1.3 hectares of open space on site based upon a proposal of 240 dwellings. In this instance, we're over-providing with 4.3 hectares of open space.
The designers are also taking full advantage of there being public footpaths on 3 sides of the site.
The community parkland is located adjacent to the existing public right-of-way. There's one running along the eastern boundary, the southern boundary, and along the western edge that comes through Mill Gardens. The existing residents will therefore have this community parkland on their doorstep.
The planning team have listened carefully to feedback from the public consultation, including from residents who live next to the proposed site, and the designs have been altered accordingly.
In terms of changes to the master plan, since pre-application advice and public consultation, we've explored several alternatives. We have removed indicative built form west of the site following consultation with neighbours at Mill Gardens. We've also looked at a revised access to the site. Initially we were looking at a single point of access in the form of a roundabout, serving north and southern parcels. However, the Mid-Suffolk District Council felt that this would have an urbanising effect on the area. As a result, we've introduced 2 points of access, vehicle access to the southern parcel and the northern parcel. Consequently, this has also responded to Mid-Suffolk District Council concerns regarding accessibility of the community parkland. They wished it be a little bit more accessible. We've got 2 points into the site with vistas through to the community parkland. In addition, we've also looked at play area. We previously provided a formal play area, but now we're looking at a natural play area as this is preferred by Mid-Suffolk District Council.
The proposed development sits both to the south and north of Wetherden Road.
The design of the northern parcel is for up to 80 dwellings. The indicative master plan backs on to existing boundaries to reduce the impact on the existing residents. Jubilee Terrace, we propose continuation of the building line, fronting onto the public realm.
Care has also been taken to design an outward-facing, soft rural edge to the development at the entrance to Elmswell on the Wetherden Road. In addition, permissive footways will create a new rural path through the countryside around the south of the village, linking the new 10.6-acre communal open space to Warren Lane and the second proposed development. This scheme lies to the south of the village centre. The proposal is for up to 38 homes, 35% of which would be affordable housing.
Given the natural topography of the site, the south of the site is a little bit high, falling away south. In response to this, we propose a landscape buffer which would not only block views from south of the site, but it would also provide filtered views through from the new development. A key constraint is obviously the western, northern and eastern boundaries of the site are bordered by existing residents. Therefore, our indicative master plan has to respond to the existing edges Therefore, we propose we would back onto back gardens and retain, where possible, all the existing vegetation, particularly along the western boundary of the site.
A benefit for everyone in Elmswell will be the new footpath leading south from the Warren Lane scheme and eastwards around fields to the new community parkland and Weatherden Road scheme. But the main benefit will be the new homes in mid-Suffolk of various sizes, including 97 affordable homes, which is policy compliant to mid-Suffolk's requirements.
Everybody is aware that Mid-Suffolk haven't been delivering enough houses over the last few years. These two schemes proposed by Endurance Estates will help meet that shortfall.
But understandably, there are local concerns about the significant development proposals for Elmswell.
We are aware of local concerns regarding the impact on services, particularly health and education. Under the Community Infrastructure Levy, the developers are required to pay Mid-Suffolk monies to enable them to help enhance existing provision.
There has also been concern expressed about potential additional traffic generated by the new developments, especially at peak times. But studies show that almost all commuter traffic will join the A14 and not access the centre of the village. Rob Evans has been looking at the issue.
The first thing we'd like to examine is the distribution of traffic from the development areas. This is largely to the east and the west, predominantly to the west, obviously making use of the A14 corridor, and very little of that traffic travels north through the village, particularly in the peak periods. Of this traffic that travels north through the village, most of it will be related to the local facilities that exist, the primary school, the local shopping facilities. Very little of it actually affects the railway crossing. And what our studies have shown is that this effect is not severe, it's negligible in terms of proportion of traffic, and we have looked at the cumulative impact assessment which Suffolk County Council have now considered and verified.
Studies of the railway crossing have shown that delays currently experienced are rarely more than a few minutes.
In looking at the railway crossing, whilst our traffic from the development is minimal and doesn't have a severe impact, we've looked at the issue in slightly more detail, reviewed many of the findings of other studies and other reports, and we agree with Suffolk County Council that the issues aren't going to be exponentially affected by the development. What should be said is that the traffic following a closure allowing a train to pass clears very quickly and it soon returns to normal traffic flow conditions. The development of 38 houses at Warren Lane will generate a small amount of traffic in the peak hours. Generally this is around 25 to 26 vehicle movements. Of those, some 12 to 15 will travel north towards the Crossroads junction and 6 or 7 will travel south.
Although the new houses will only generate an extra car every 2 to 3 minutes at peak times, the developers have agreed with Suffolk County Council to enhance visibility at the crossroads where Warren Lane meets Church Road, Cross Street and New Road. Junction improvements will include traffic calming and built-out curbs.
This is a benefit not only to the development but also to existing users of the junction. Also for the Warren Lane development, we've been asked to enhance the existing passing provision to the south. There are existing passing bays, but there are also areas where the highway verge and private land has actually been used to provide informal passing places. Suffolk County Council have asked us to examine this and a scheme for improvement has been considered and agreed.
Endurance Estates were keen to engage with key stakeholders prior to the submission of the planning applications. In this process we liaised with both the Highway Authority, the Planning Authority, the Neighbourhood Plan Group and the Parish Council. By doing so we ensure that the information that we provide is technically robust and that allows Mid-Suffolk to take the applications to committee knowing that there are no deficiencies.